What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? I'm sure everybody here is excited that it's Friday already. I know that I am, and I'm looking forward to the weekend. If you got any exciting weekend plans, go ahead and drop those in the comment section right now. Let me know what you got going on. I'm sure you guys have something going on here. But don't forget, if you have not already, consider clicking that like button so we can get the stream started off strong, because we know that's what gets the most amount of people in, and I would love for everybody to hear what we're about to go over. Now, like I tweeted, and like I said in the Discord group, this won't be a very long stream today, because we did have a pretty long one on Wednesday, where we covered most things, but I just wanted to provide a few new updates on some things that are going on here. So, with that being said, let me say what's up to you guys, and let's share the screen, take a look at the chart, and some news going on. And what we're going to be talking about is Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and we'll be talking about Shiba Inu as well here, because Shib is doing a little something here, and I definitely want to talk about it. All right, let's take a look. Let's get this set up right. All right. So what's going on, Patrick Lee? Patrick Lee says Shiba Inu to the moon. To the moon. I 100% agree. Make that money. I know you guys that are holding Shib, if you've been trading it the right way, you're probably doing very well for yourselves, which is amazing. What's going on to Rick, Daniel, and Skydive? Hope you guys are doing good. Skydive says she's going to be sleeping this weekend. Honestly, I probably will too, but I was hoping you guys were a little more exciting than me, but hey, maybe not. So with that being said, let me go ahead and share my screen, and let's get into it. Taking a look at if it will unfreeze. Am I frozen for you guys? Hopefully not. Alright. Anyway. What's going on, Adam? Here we go. So taking a look at the charts, guys, what we can see here is that Dogecoin is sitting at about 26 cents. And Dogecoin's doing fine. It's down about 1% on the day. Hasn't moved very much today. We are on the daily chart here, so you can see that this candle right here is the one that pertains to Dogecoin. And as you can see, the absolute lowest point of this daily candle was about 25.50. The absolute highest point was about 27. Just a little 5-ish% fluctuation in price there. Nothing really crazy. What's going on, Rafi? Hope you're doing good. So Dogecoin hasn't done anything crazy today. As we head over to Aetherium, we can see kind of the same deal here on this daily candle. It started at its lowest was about 4.5, and its very highest was about 4.6. So nothing crazy. Ethereum's still doing good though. Okay, so let's not forget, Ethereum is still above that previous all-time high here, which was 43.85, and Ethereum is holding very nicely up here in this little consolidating pattern that we've got going on the daily, which some might interpret as the formation or the potential beginning of the formation of a bull flag, and it's still holding here above that all-time high line right here at 43.85, and it sits at 44.50, so that's pretty cool. Taking a look at Bitcoin, a whole lot of sideways trading has been happening here for about the last 2 weeks or so. Ever since we passed this on October the 15th, we broke above the 59,000 level. We did make a run up for that all-time high here on the 20th and 21st, but then ever since then, you know, October 21st and now we're November 5th here, we've just been kind of trading sideways, moving in between that 60,000 and 64,000 area, bouncing up and down and up and down. Nothing crazy. Oh, music's a little loud. Sorry about that. Thank you. Bouncing up and down and up and down. Nothing too crazy. Haven't had any drastic moves yet. And I think that has to do with a few things that are going on here in the market, and might have to do with what the whales are planning to do as well. So maybe we'll just start with this. So a couple weeks ago, we were really talking about, pretty much on a daily basis, we were talking about the infrastructure bill and what we could potentially expect. Now, with the infrastructure bill getting passed, with the verbiage as is, they did refuse to amend the bill and make the verbiage more friendly for crypto trading and crypto users. So at this time, when the bill gets passed, just in case you did not know, as it stands, when the bill gets passed, it is going to technically make it illegal to be a miner, because they're requiring that miners and validators submit a full transaction report for each transaction that goes on and report back. And that is impossible with the way that blockchain works. You don't get a full report on the actual user that's making the transaction for taxing purposes. So there's no way for someone that validates an encrypted transaction to know your name, your phone number, your address, all that stuff. So basically it makes it impossible to be a miner or validator without breaking the law. And then they also applied that rule to blockchain developers and some other people as well, exchanges. So that creates a problem. And for that reason, that's a bit bearish. Now, the bullish side of that is that they already made an announcement saying they had no plans to enforce that, and that they didn't actually mean for it to be worded that way. It was kind of a misunderstanding, but they didn't want to have to deal with all these, making these amendments and wasting more time. So we've got the law, and then we've got their word of mouth. I still think, obviously, it's not good news that this thing will pass. So there could still be just a little bit of a pullback. Some whales might sell, expecting a dump, and then they'll look to buy the bottom, or maybe they'll just try and force a big move out of this event just to get a better entry. So, the infrastructure bill passes, they all sell, everybody starts to panic sell. They got out here, everyone's panic selling all the way down to here, and then they rebuy the dip knowing it was just a temporary move. That could happen. And what's really messing with it is talks of the infrastructure bill after they went away for the last 2 weeks. Over this last week, they've come back. So now there's news about the infrastructure bill. They've been discussing it. They've been trying to vote on it. And then it says House to vote on. This is just 1 hour ago, 30 minutes ago, the latest news. House to vote on infrastructure bill, dropping original schedule. And then here an hour ago, it says infrastructure and spending bills could see delay in the House. So they are really dragging this out and delay after delay after delay, which is keeping us from being able to just rip the Band-Aid off and get past this potential negative catalyst. Now everybody has to keep thinking about it. And though everyone is still pretty much for the most part bullish on Bitcoin and crypto, this little hiccup, this little bump in the road is probably keeping a couple people on the fence, and maybe that's just enough to keep the buying and selling pressure relatively even, which could be enough to just keep us from slowly grinding up and heading towards all-time high territory. So it would be nice if they can do this vote. Maybe we see a pullback and then a rocket move up, just like we did on Shib. And that could get us right into the Shib discussion. Let's go ahead and take a look at the chart of Shiba Inu. And let's talk about that really quick. Kadar says, rumor Tesla accepting Bitcoin Monday. Doge update completed on Monday. Yeah, let's talk about that too. I didn't hear about the Tesla update, but yes, I did want to talk about the Dogecoin update. So from the daily chart, you can kind of see some big things going on here. So what we saw was Shib took off from this area and made a rocket of a move all the way up to 8,000, almost 9,000 here. Then it did do a pullback here. Well, first it triangled, it sold off, did a little dead bounce, and then it sold off pretty hard as a lot of people took profit. And now if you look at this daily candle right here, absolutely massive candle that's engulfing the last bearish candle here. So it looks like this was the bottom of the dip, and now people are looking to buy that dip up. I will say, hopefully you guys were in the last streams and you took the advice and you really listened to it to take profit, to definitely even still take profit if you were sitting here, and then look for the pullback at least if you wanted to continue messing with this. And the reason being is because it was just very obvious. So what I'm going to do is just come to here, and let's flip drawings back on. All right, so we've got the indicators here, and let's go to the 4-hour time frame. So if you just take a look at it from this angle, this was just a very textbook, very obvious dip buy opportunity. So you could see right here, the candle started to get a little dicey, and it really started to stall out right about here. I mean, we have 4 candles that are basically closing, super extended and closing in the same spot. Very obvious that people are not really feeling the continuation of buying at this point. And so that would have been the first signal to maybe start locking something in. Then here, when it didn't make it past again, there was another chance. And here, when it, that's a high, a lower high, a lower high. Obviously, we're heading in the wrong direction. Okay, at this point, we definitely should have been out if we were looking to trade. But then you can see, well, what would be the dip buy opportunity? Well, it was actually very obvious, because all you have to do is look at that 200 EMA line, and that's exactly where it stopped. So if you had your chart properly charted out, and your levels properly charted out, you would have seen right there, right in this general area, right above, anywhere from 44 to about 45 would have been kind of that dip zone spot. Now, another thing that would have gave you even more conviction that that would have been the level is if you just take a look right here, you can see the previous highs. And so I'm going to draw this out right here. So take a look at it from this perspective. So on the first move up, we hit here, which was 3,500. And then we pulled back, and then we tested it, and then we broke out, and then we held it as support here and here. So that's the lower level. But then the next level up was we moved up to 4,400, hit it, bounced off, came back when we tested this as support, and then we broke above it, proved it as support here, and then we took off. So now our first level, obviously, well, the first one kind of would have been right here, this little mini spot. That's where you probably could have assumed the first pullback would have been. And we kind of got it touching that first pullback level there, but it was not a very clean touch. And then you can see this massive red candle sold off below it. So then what's going to be the next level? Well, the most obvious, strongest level is probably going to be the one that's not only the support, according to previous price action, but is also the 200 EMA. Because you have two reasons for it to be support there. And usually the 200 EMA is the bottom, and people, if it goes below the 200 EMA and it starts holding under there, people aren't so much looking at a dip buy opportunity as much as they are looking to go short. So then it turns bearish. So this was the area to buy. All right. Now, at this point, the ship has sailed. If you missed it, you missed it. Hopefully you weren't too greedy. Hopefully you sold here, rebought here, unless you had plans to just hold forever. That's your choice. So now a lot of people are probably wondering, well, what next? What should I do next? What's going to happen? Should I be just taking profit at 6? Should I be holding long term? And my answer to that is just going to be, it's going to be two parts. So one, how you should answer it for yourself. And then two, I'll go over some announcements and stuff that might sway your opinion a little bit. So first and foremost, the answer is you need to consider where you bought in and how much your position size was. And if the amount of money you're up right now is potentially life-changing or even trading account changing money. So if you're kind of getting into this here and you put a lot of money in down here and now you're in a 10x gain scenario, and if you cashed out right now and you could throw this into another solid investment, you could potentially make a lot of money that could be life-changing, I would go ahead and play that card. Now, if you only put a little bit of money in here, let's just say $50, $100, maybe even $500, and at this point you're just kind of having fun and you'd like to see if it's going to go skyrocket up and you can turn this $500 into like $50,000 or something, and you're just kind of playing it that way, then obviously you're not even thinking about selling here, rebuying here, or anything. You're waiting for the play if one day it can go up here. And that's what you're betting on, and you're not going to be satisfied with anything less. But for the everyday person, if you were able to put 500 in here, and you're sitting at 5,000 right now, I would strongly consider taking that 5,000 out and putting it into something else that has not yet moved and that is due for a move. That way you can guarantee profit, first of all, and then you can put it into a much safer play that isn't already extended, that isn't already up 10 plus X. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, if you bought here, you might not even be up but much more than 2X at this point, which is still very, very good for a couple days. Please don't be too greedy. For a couple weeks, 100X gains on your portfolio, you can't really do that in the stock market. So please keep that in mind. That's a lot of money. Even then, same thing applies. If you're going for the big play and you're not satisfied with 2X, you want to gamble it a bit, okay. But at the same time, you could cash out, take this money, move it into Doge, or even safer, move it into Bitcoin or move it into Ethereum, or even for a long-term hold, move it into Cardano and diversify a bit, and then come back in 6 months and you'll probably have a lot more money versus hoping this goes up. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. And if you're wrong, you got absolutely nothing out of it. So think about it that way and make your choice accordingly. All right. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just trading advice, how to trade and potentially build your account and play things the smart way. If it were me, I would probably just take out 50% and let the rest ride. 50%, throw it into other assets, ETH, Cardano, Dogecoin, Bitcoin, and maybe something else. Maybe try another bit of a gamble like Floki or something like that, since the Dogecoin millionaires now on that train, and so that's probably going to move up a little bit, but then maybe another 25 and 50% could still stay in here and hope that this goes up. Now, the reason why I would say this does still have potential to go up and it's not dead, because at this point, guys, this bounce is still very textbook, so please don't get too excited. We bounced off the support, and we're coming up to what is now resistance, and this rejection wick at this point in time, the body of the candle here is under the bodies of the previous lows. So this is potentially becoming a resistance. We could bounce here and come back here and just dump. That is possible. All right. Now, what are some reasons? Now, I just told you why you should potentially sell, and we know it's very overextended at this point. All right, so that's another reason. But why should you potentially hold so that you get both perspectives? Well, first and foremost, Shib is still gaining a lot of media attention. Shiba Inu, I don't know if you've heard, but it's made a lot of billionaires. Basically, there were some people that were able to get in super early, like last year. And those people that got in, Shib was at a fraction of the price that it even is right now, and that it even was a couple weeks ago. And so people that put in $5,000, $10,000 of Shib are like billionaires at this point. So that publicity is starting to spread. Also, what we're starting to see is, was this the article? Yeah, a major crypto exchange's CEO is set on holding Shiba Inu long term despite its recent tumble, and he gave reasons why. So we've got some people, some big money people that are up on Shib right now with large position sizes, and that even, they're smart people. The CEO of a crypto exchange, they know what they're doing, and they're still betting that Shib isn't done. So you've got some other people out there that are feeling bullish, so there's still bullishness in the air. Now, on top of that, Shib just got some more good news today, where it was announced that you can see right here, Shib in New York just went live about 20 minutes ago. So prior to today, yes, Shib was on Coinbase and available to trade on Coinbase, but all of New York, all the people in New York did not have the ability to interact with Shiba Inu. So now we've got a whole nother massive, densely populated state of New York opening up the Shib trading gates to its people. So that is potentially reason for some of this run up today, and it could cause even more running up, as that is bullish news. And then on top of that, some other things that we have to discuss is the Robinhood rumor. So that has not been disproved. In fact, many people are starting to see little other things that could potentially indicate that Shib is indeed coming to Robinhood. Like looking at the transaction history of Shiba Inu on the blockchain, the public transaction history, there was something called Robinhood V2. That was a user's name that interacted with a whole lot of Shib token. And people are wondering, like, was that the actual Robinhood account or was that a fake? It could be real. And then on top of that, guys, wallets. Wallets are coming soon for Robinhood. So if you add Shib coming to Robinhood plus wallets coming to Robinhood, a whole nother world of opportunity opens up, and we could see Shib, I think, could still go up 4 to 5x from here. That's if all the stars align. All right. But at the end of the day, please consider this. Other than the community, Shib is, for what it is, just from a utility point of view, a bit overvalued. Shiba Swap is the equivalent functionality-wise to Uniswap with a couple more bells and whistles. So Shib, realistically, in my opinion, should be much closer to like a 20 to maybe 25 billion valuation at this point, community aside. And right now it's at 35 billion. So I think, honestly, this price could come down to 4 or 3 if we were to stabilize and get rid of some of the hype. All right, that's basically what I'm saying here. It could get a little closer to about 4 or maybe 4,500, which is where it's at on that pullback to here. I think that's a little more reasonable. I think right now it's a little overextended still, if you're just talking about the actual value of the project so far. But like I said, that's not factoring in the community. They're just like the Dogecoin community. Anytime you've got a good following behind something, that value kind of increases a little bit because you've got a whole lot of people that are excited about it, hyped about it, willing to pump it. And so, maybe 30 billion isn't so bad after all, but I'm not sure about top 10 status we'll see how we do. But it is good to see, if you're a Shib fan, it is good to see Shib back in the top 10, because it had fallen out yesterday as it was sitting at the 11th place spot here under USDC token. So that's all I've got for Shib. Going into Dogecoin very briefly here. Going into Dogecoin very briefly here, what I wanted to talk about regarding that is there's a couple bullish catalysts that are coming that really give some good incentive to go ahead and load up on Dogecoin now if you have not done so already. So basically, if you're one of the people that got bored with Doge, just like a lot of people, if you were trying to trade to make money and you were not having a good time with this whole downtrend that's been going on since October, you probably sold a good bit of your Doge and moved the money over to Shib or another project. Now is a good time to start moving that money back into Dogecoin. And here's why. There's a couple things coming for Doge. One, let's not forget, AMC did announce, they gave everybody the option. What token do you want to come next? What do you want us to accept other than Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and whatnot? And Dogecoin was the one that was chosen. And so we can expect that by the end of the year, when they go live with those other cryptocurrencies, AMC will also be accepting Dogecoin. Now, that's going to be a really, really big deal. Going to the movies is already a for fun thing, recreational, kind of light activity, lighthearted activity. And paying with Dogecoin is also for fun and a lighthearted activity, even though it's also got some actual functional benefits as well. So the combination of those two things are perfect. Being able to buy your popcorn with Doge, being able to buy your things from the concession stand with Dogecoin is a perfect fit as well. And I think that's going to bring a lot more attention to Dogecoin, even though some attention has started to fade recently. So being that we're sitting here at November, end of the year is coming in 1 month, we can expect any day now to hear some more regarding that. So that's one catalyst that we have brewing. Another catalyst that we've got here is the Dogecoin update coming over the weekend, which is the biggest one. But let me also say, guys, before I touch some more on that, Robinhood wallets, just like I just said about Shiba Inu, I've been saying for a while, if you had a way to spend your Dogecoin on Robinhood, then the price of Dogecoin would skyrocket. And just in case you're not understanding, here's the reasons why that's the case. Here's the reasons why. Most of Dogecoin is held by retail traders, beginner to intermediate retail traders. Most of those retail traders use Robinhood as their brokerage, which means that most people that hold Dogecoin right now do not have a way to do anything else with it than to spend it. So anytime the price skyrockets, let's just say we get the Dogecoin for Tesla announcement tomorrow, and Dogecoin, everyone buys it up off the hype and it goes to $1, 75% of people that are holding that Dogecoin have no other option but to just sell it. And that's because Robinhood does not have wallets. You have no other option. You can't make any other use of it than to just sell it for profit and switch it to cash. If Robinhood gets wallets, that means that when we get big announcements like that cause the price to skyrocket, people then have incentive to buy it and hold it, because then it actually has some functionality. Because there's another option, which could be to spend it, to send it to someone else as a gift, to make a purchase with it at a store. Anything that you can do with wallets. Anything, just like, think about it like only being able to trade with the money that you get from your company, your place of employment. If you had no option to spend your money, you'd only be hoping that the value of the dollar went up so you could like cash it in for something else. But being given cash or being given a credit card where other people accept it as payment, you then have the option to go actually make use of it. So you can buy things with your money now. You can send it to other people. You can use it as an exchange, as I send money to you in exchange for you doing something to me. It just actually has value now that you can do something with it. Kind of the same boat that Dogecoin's in right now. Right now it's just for fun. You buy it, you hope you make money off of it, but one day we'll be able to buy it and use it, spend it, and get things in return for it. And Robinhood wallets is the key to that. And that's where Dogecoin's value is really going to come in. And we're really going to see people start assigning more value to this cryptocurrency. And really, the same goes for any other cryptocurrency that's on Robinhood. So Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Shib, if that comes, and then we've got Ethereum, we've got Litecoin, all of those guys will see new value. So there's that. So that's one thing. And then the final thing for Dogecoin, super short term, is going to be the Dogecoin update, guys. The Dogecoin update to 1.14.5. If you're not familiar, that is going to be the update that forces the lower transaction fees. Basically, we're on 1.14.4 right now, and what that allowed was the opportunity for lower transaction fees to really kick in, and that was if all of the validators and all the miners updated their Dogecoin mining software, their Dogecoin core, to the latest version. Unfortunately, that did not happen. But with 1.14.5, which is kind of one of those forced updates, it is going to force the reduction of transaction fees. And that means that whenever that happens, it's going to be much, much cheaper to send Dogecoin around. So if I want to buy something from you, or you want to buy something from me, such as going to myhodleware.com to buy some Dogecoin themed merch, link in the description. I think I did that pretty well there. It will be much cheaper for you to do that. So when you go to your wallet and you say, all right, I want to make that purchase, I'm going to send this amount as a payment to this person, the additional fee is going to be way cheaper. So you're going to be wasting a lot less money. Everything's going to be cheaper. So that's going to be big. Now, what we talked about on Wednesday was this was the latest update that we had, and this came somewhere about Monday here, where they said, let's just say by the weekend, we should be expecting the Dogecoin update to go live. Now we've got some more information where they're kind of confirming, it pretty much is ready to go. And we've got a whole bunch of people just saying, hey, please remember to upgrade your node to 1.14.4 and to prepare the network for 1.14.5, which is coming soon. We've got some more information that's saying it should be here by Monday at the latest. And that was another update that came today. So here we go. We could have a really surprise, strong weekend for Dogecoin. And maybe even by Monday, we'll see Dogecoin sitting at 30, 35, 40 cents. Who knows how people will respond to it. So that's exciting news. And the big thing about that is that puts it that much closer to Elon Musk being able to go ahead and accept Dogecoin for Tesla, because like I said on Wednesday, he made a direct reply to, I believe it was Billy Marcus, the creator of Dogecoin, when they were discussing the reduction of transaction fees. He said that the reduction of transaction fees for Dogecoin was imperative to the success of the coin. And if he's saying that, and we know that he's waiting for something to happen before he makes it acceptable as payment for Teslas, we could say that that's probably the main catalyst there. So us getting the update puts us that much closer to us getting the announcement. And that announcement will cause Dogecoin to skyrocket even further. So basically what I'm saying, be bullish on Dogecoin right about now. It's that time. And that's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and read some of your comments here. And also, I just wanted to say that Ethereum is looking like a good buy still. It is holding strong above this level. There could be a breakout to the top side at any moment. So please keep that in mind. And if you are interested in Ethereum, don't get too greedy here. All right. Kadar says, great advice. Thank you. Tickle Me says, cries inside. I hate to hear it. What price do you see Shib going to in the next few months to first quarter 2022? If it gets listed on Robinhood and Robinhood gets wallets, I would say Shib could be about 4 to 5x what it is right now. I'm comfortable being bullish on Shiba Inu, but everything has to go its way. And the reason I'm saying that, I mean, from a market cap perspective, it should be about where it needs to be. Right now, being worth what Dogecoin is, fair. But Dogecoin, and this is what I've said, a lot of people like to say Dogecoin versus Shiba Inu because Shib positioned itself for attention-grabbing purposes as the Dogecoin killer with the name and the logo. As far as the use case, these two things have nothing to do with each other. Dogecoin does nothing other than provide itself as a store of value in the same way that Bitcoin does. You could say that one Bitcoin is worth 61,000 US dollars. One Dogecoin is worth a quarter, right? They're just different stores of value. Shiba Inu is a whole project with a decentralized exchange. Shiba Inu is really direct competition for Uniswap, not for Dogecoin. The only thing that Shiba Inu competes with Dogecoin for is for attention because of the name. That is really it. So when you're thinking about market cap here, you can say based off of hype, yeah, market caps should be about the same because they're both talked about just as much. And that's what we're seeing right now. But as projects, Dogecoin should probably be somewhere a little bit higher, closer to XRP. And then Shiba Inu should probably be a little lower and closer to Uniswap. All right, if we're talking utility and functionality wise. But the fact that Shiba Inu has this community, and the fact that Shib token one day could even be accepted as a form of payment because of the community behind it, kind of puts it closer to wherever Dogecoin's potential is market cap wise. I think right now this is pretty freaking accurate, but I think Dogecoin should be about 4x what it is now, and I think Shiba Inu will also, because of the possibility it could be used as a retail coin, and then also the fact that it has some more utility under its belt, could also follow that lead. So really, I think these two could kind of be pegged together with price targets. So Doge to $1, Shib to about 2,500. Yeah, no problem, Rafi. Let's see. Love how I explain things. Thank you, Tickle Me. Appreciate that. Can't ever catch the streams anymore. They're too early for you. Oh, sorry to hear that, Alex. I'll try and do some streams a little later. I know I've got some UK folks that were complaining the streams were too late because of the time difference. I'll try and vary it up a little bit so you guys can all make it. What's going on, Jonathan? Since Doge is 35 billion, do you think it's better to go on a lower cap like E&J, which is only 1.7, can multiply more your money, correct? Now, that's the correct reasoning. If you're looking for a play to make a lot of money, what you should be doing is just what you said. Do some research on the lower market cap cryptocurrency projects. Find one that looks like a really good cryptocurrency project and consider the category that cryptocurrency falls under. And make sure you research the competition in that space to make sure that when you're investing in is the one that looks like it's going to come out on top. Then buy into that and hold it long term, because as market caps go up, that gives these guys more room to be valuable. Because you could say right now that NIM is worth like 1/10 of what Bitcoin's worth. But as Bitcoin 10x's that 1/10 value of NIM now could be 10 billion instead of 1 billion. So the prices of these will go up easier. And then as NIM gains even more functionality and such and gains more steam, it has room to just pass all these guys and, from 1 billion. And then, if it's worthy to be a top 10 crypto, it could be 34x. If it's worthy to be a top 2 crypto, it could like 500x or 1000x, whatever. So yes, technically, hypothetically, buying a lower market cap cryptocurrency, you have far more gain, much higher gain potential. At the same time, it's going to be a little bit riskier because these guys are not proven yet for the most part. So will their project fail? Will their projects get beat out by some of the competition? We don't know. But with the top 10, we know Bitcoin is Bitcoin, and it's looking like it's going to remain the leader for a while. Ethereum's leading the blockchain space. Solana and Cardano are lead, and Polkadot are leading in the Ethereum competition space, and then we've got Dogecoin and Shib leading the meme coin space. So they're much safer investments in their categories, but these give you much higher potential reward. You just got to do your due diligence. And then also trade responsibly. Don't all in and YOLO unless you're a gambler. Lori Body, what's going on? It's been a minute. Thanks for the Shib insight. Absolutely. So much craziness yesterday. I'm in at 0. Oh, wow. That's a lot of zeros. 7. So holding your breath for the next run. I hear you about taking profits. Thank you for that reminder. Yeah, and basically what I'm saying is if anybody got in from that cheap, at this point, you're basically looking at a 10x gain, which is hard to come by. So you don't necessarily have to sell everything, but take some profit so that you're not left with nothing in case that things go wrong, and then reinvest it into another project that you know isn't so extended at this point. Or just sell and wait, give it a couple days or a couple weeks. If things hold stable, then put the money back in. But what I don't like to do is be kind of like the lab rat. That's one of the people that are in there for the test, So while things are the riskiest, I'm still holding, while other people are sitting on the sidelines kind of smartly waiting to see if the price is going to dump or not. I'd like to be one of the smart ones that take my money out towards the top, wait, see if people are going to crash the price. If they don't crash it, then when I see stability, I'll just re-enter, even if that's at the same price or slightly higher. And if they do crash it, cool. I took my profit so I don't get burned. So you kind of can't lose. But I do like to sell. Now, capital gains is a different story, but if you're not planning to hold for over a year anyway, then that doesn't apply either. But basically what I'm saying, I would just personally recommend, if you're up like anywhere near 10x, 25 to 50%, consider taking profit on that and just redistribute it to something else that's a good project that looks like it's at the bottom. Cardano right now at 198 looks like a really good deal. Cardano under 2, in my opinion, is an amazing buy. Dogecoin right now, just over the next week, I think is going to be a great buy. And Ethereum, Bitcoin, I think over the next year is a good investment. So that's where I would shift it. But or maybe even Floki Inu, now that you've got the Dogecoin millionaire diversifying into that. I haven't looked at where the price is, but anytime you've got a influential person kind of shilling a cryptocurrency, it's probably going to make some moves. So that'd be a little bit of a risky gamble, but it's another option. Hey, thank you, Kadar. Appreciate that. What's going on, Preezy? Good to see you. Preezy says, I think Robinhood will release the wallets once Dogecoin transaction fees lower. That would make sense. And with that supposed to be happening over the next 3 or so days, we could be very close. What's going on, Roar Nation? Good to see you. I have both Doge and Shib. It's all about money, not feelings. Thanks for the info. Absolutely. I often miss the live streams too, but I always watch the replay. Thank you. I appreciate it. And guys, I also appreciate your click of the subscribe button. It's the best way to help financially support the channel. I never ask for super chats or money or anything like that, but I do love, if you enjoy the streams, feel free to show your support by clicking like and subscribe. That way other people can find my channel easier as the algorithm moves me up the list. What's going on, Brevin? You said, since I started this YouTube channel, Doge has not moved significantly. So sad. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, there's been a lot of swings up and down, though. I mean, we've had opportunities to make a lot of money because if you just kind of take a look at the price history here. Now, you're right when you say that, as in Dogecoin did not go back up to 74 cents. But at the same time, when I started streaming, we were somewhere around here. Yeah, we were about here. And so we saw a move up to, moves up to 43, swings down to 19 cents, moves all the way back up to 45. That was a double your money opportunity. Swings back down to 16, back up to 30. There's another double your money opportunity. You could have gone short here and then made another double your money opportunity. Then from 15 up to 35, that's over 2x opportunity. And then back down here, and then from 19 back up to 33, there's another double your money opportunity. So, I mean, if you played it perfectly, you could have 10x'd your account already. So, yes, Dogecoin technically did not go here to here, but Doge did a lot of volatile things for money to be made. And that just required you tuning into every live stream so you could get the plays. So, yeah. But I do see your point. Preezy says, don't just buy any low cap coin like Squid Game. Please don't be blinded by the money. Be wise. Exactly. You got to do your due diligence. Actually research stuff. When it comes to meme coins, there's a lot of meme coin projects that are just rug pulls. They are created and they're fabricated to look legit and like they're good, healthy things to invest in and like there's a lot of potential, but they're made by pretty much people with ill intent, scammers. They create these cryptocurrencies, do a lot of promoting, maybe even paid promotions, get some people, they could even be famous people in the community or just celebrities to promote the project. As soon as a lot of people buy in and pump the price, they then dump their 50% of total supply holdings or whatever, cause the entire market to crash. And now you've kind of got a project that went from being worth $10 a coin to like zero. That's that. And then they delete the project and then you lose all your money. So there's a lot of scams in the cryptocurrency space. So you got to be careful. So yes, please make sure you do your due diligence and know what you're investing in. And that's why when I say looking at low caps, I'm not even recommending looking at all the Inu knockoffs and whatnot. I'm saying look at projects that are low market cap, that have clear utility, that are meant to do something for something and will provide value. Try to figure out, is this going to be a long-term play? Will ETH2 potentially make it irrelevant? That's why I don't like doing too much with layer 2 solutions right now. Will the Cardano update make it irrelevant? Will the Solana update make it irrelevant? Ask yourself a lot of questions. Look for something that people are sleeping on, and then buy and hold that. But don't just YOLO. Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah, we covered that towards the beginning. Good call out there, Jonathan. Hey, no problem, Art. We talked about a lot, so that's going to be hard to summarize, but feel free to catch the replay. Did I see the post from Plan B on Bitcoin in the movement? I did not, but let's go check that out. Is Doge to $1 still a thing? If we can get the Tesla announcement and Robinhood announcement pretty close together, we should be able to get pretty close, I think. Like I've always said, though, time is not really on our side. A lot of these cryptocurrencies are coming up and stealing thunder, like Shiba Inu has managed to do, overtaking Dogecoin in market cap even, which is absolutely insane. The longer that happens, the more people are going to want to diversify, the less they're going to kind of want to be all in on Doge, which is going to make the price harder to pump. It is still possible, but I would not want to see Tesla and Robinhood happening any later than the end of this year if I want to be on track for a Doge to $1. But I will say that as long as Elon Musk, which he is, still on board, as long as he's still on board the Dogecoin project and really active in the community, I don't think Dogecoin is going to go like below 15 cents, and it still has some hope to hit that $1, $2 mark. But the sooner the better. Now that's kind of been the trailing theme over the last couple months, because people get bored and then they start to diversify and, they lose interest. Let's go ahead and check out Plan B. Now, before we go, okay. So basically what he just said, some people think November close at 98K is too big of a jump. It is 60% from current level. Yes, that is a big jump, but Bitcoin did this many times before. It's funny he tweeted that, because I was actually going to say, I'm not sure how bullish I'm feeling on this whole S2F prediction for November and December. Now, I know he's super accurate, does a lot of research, and his predictions have been spot on. And power to him for that, and he knows his stuff. I will say he is mirroring my concern, and it's what I was going to talk about right before I wrapped up this stream. There could be a scenario where Bitcoin does not follow the predictions, and we see a lot of people start to feel some kind of FUD and maybe not be super bullish on the crypto market. And maybe we see some sort of Bitcoin pullback and a little unexpected market pullback here towards the end of the year. I would not be surprised if Bitcoin sees towards the end of November, does not hit that 98K target, or even that 80 or 90,000 target, and people get a little bearish, they sell off, and we end up still lingering around 60,000 or even in the 50s. Now, I'm not saying that Bitcoin's going to crash to 40, 30, or 20 again, but at this point, it's November 5th. Price target for the end of November is $100,000. Bitcoin is trading pretty sideways. Things aren't looking super hot, but at the same time, Bitcoin can easily do it. I think one thing that will help is if we can get this infrastructure bill vote out of the way completely. They keep talking about it. They keep bringing it up. I think this is putting a couple investors, maybe leaving them on the fence, and maybe they're not super willing to just go all in quite yet, because they'd like this to play out first and potentially buy on a dip if there's going to be some kind of pullback because of it, even if it's not significant. But it's still pretty big. It's definitely possible. But what we need is Bitcoin to gain some steam here pretty soon and start heading towards 70,000. I think once we can clear 70, people will be pretty comfortable with the fact that we're in new territory and we're just going to keep going up from here. But it's a big ask. And obviously, I'm not the only one feeling it. A little bit of concern if he had to make that post. So it's a big ask. I think it is possible, but we'll just have to wait and see, basically. Bitcoin can do the 60% in a month. Yeah, I think so too. Have I looked into the Satama Inu project? Seems legit and interesting. No, I don't really look too much into the alternative Inu coins. Floki pretty much is where I've stopped after Shib. I don't have too much interest in them, to be honest. I really don't do much meme coin investing. Now, I think I will actually start getting into it. Maybe put in like $100 here or $1,000 here in ones that I think have potential like 100x. Just because things are so crazy right now, and a lot of these coins are coming out, and you just come here on Biggest Gainers and you see they're up 1,000% on the day or something nuts. So maybe I'll do that a couple times for a couple projects, but no, I have not researched Satama. All right, guys. But really, the last thing I want to say is, if Bitcoin does not hit the price targets, this is basically what I tweeted out earlier. There could be a little bit of turmoil in the crypto market if it does not surpass 100K or get near it by the end of the year. So please consider both scenarios. I love being bullish. I also will be bearish and consider every bearish scenario possible at the same time, because I like to just go in fully understanding the risk and the reward, both sides. If Bitcoin does not hit everyone's expectations of hitting 100K by the year, we could see some sort of stall out. It is possible. Everyone is super bullish. At the very least, even if it does not follow Plan B's prediction of 138K, I think everyone's pretty confident in being like 90 or 100K plus. If we're not near there by the end of the year, and Bitcoin for whatever reason is still lingering at 60 to 70K, I think that could be a bit problematic, and that could cause the continuation of the progress to at least slow. Now, there's not really any stopping Bitcoin because of the way it's built, the fact that over time it gets harder to mine, the demand, all the institutional investment, all the corporate firms that have been created, the mining farms and everything. Like, there's too much in it for it to be slowed, or to really be significantly slowed to a halt. This is just not going to happen. And then you also consider the halving events that happen that are on schedule. Like, those things can't really be tampered with. So, well, they can't at all. So, but just keep in mind, if things don't go according to plan, just don't get too shaken up. But there could be, I think, some sort of stalling out or pullback, maybe even another dip buy opportunity in the crypto market. So we'll just have to keep an eye out for that. Chosen One says, I honestly don't see Bitcoin at 100K by this year. I'll be honest, I'm trying not to be bearish, but I think the expectations are a little high. I do think it's more than possible, but at the same time, I don't know if it's going to happen. So that's kind of how I feel. I'd say I'm 50-50 right now. Like, I know it's possible. I know there's a lot of people here that are ready to be bullish, and get it to that price target. At the same time, I think it's also possible to not happen, even though everybody thinks it will. I think it's a little more possible to not happen than I think most people think it is. So we'll see. We'll keep our eyes peeled. Anyway, thanks guys for hanging out. I do have to wrap up the stream, so appreciate all the support. Don't forget, subscribe.